Welcome to the television edition of Radio Friends, where we feature guests from all over central Missouri. This week, we'll find out more about the Symphony of Toys and Job Point. All that and a lot more if we get started right now. You are here to tell us about the upcoming Symphony of Toys. What is the Symphony of Toys?
Yes, that is the annual holiday concert that the Missouri Symphony has been having for a number of years, actually since the 80s. It took a little break and came back in 2011, but it is our chance to sort of kick off the holiday season at the Missouri Theater, and I'm so excited this year we're partnering with Melissa and bringing in some wonderful local talent. So not only will we have instrumental symphonic music, but also vocal music of the season as well.
And that's how you fit in.
Yes, that is where I fit in. Yes,
Okay,
correct.
so what are you doing?
So I'm more on the singer side, the vocalist side. So I've gotten a group of 10 singers together, and we start with a really cool medley, and then we feature everybody individually as soloists, duets, and we're just kind of scattered out. So we've got symphony sing, some dancing. It's just really a great collaboration. I think the show's going to be really fun.
Are you singing and dancing too?
No, sir.
You're not
No.
as talented as you are?
No, not in this one, no.
Oh, my. Well, that's a loss to the production.
Well, thank you.
This young lady, you are so talented. We saw you in Annie at Maples Rep, and
sure.
you just shot off that stage with your talent and ability.
Thank you. It's Mrs. Pugh.
Yeah, but the Symphony of Toys is running when?
So it is Sunday, December 12th, and at 3 p.m. It's a lovely afternoon slot for the whole family can come to at the theater, at the Missouri Theater.
Okay. So if people want tickets, what do they need to do?
They can visit our website, themosey.org.
Okay, the Mosey, and Mosey is spelled M-O-S.
M-O-S-Y, like Missouri Symphony, M-O-S-Y, or they can call us at 573-875-0600.
Okay, and this will be a perfect show for the holidays. What would you say the highlights of this production will be?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, so many, right? First of all, the symphony is unbelievable. They're doing some songs they've done in the past or some pieces they've done in the past, and then we've got some new ones, which they're just incredibly talented. And then we have we'll have a surprise guest. Santa and Mrs. Claus will be there for a minute.
How are you? This is the busiest time of the year for the Clauses.
It is, I know. Well, it's Mosey. They knew as soon as I said Mosey.
And the kids are going to get to meet. The kids are going to meet the Clauses.
They are, yeah, they will. There's actually be a VIP meet and greet beforehand with Santa with cookies and cocoa. So we scheduled this a long time ago, knowing how busy he is during this season.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's thinking ahead. That sounds good. Yeah. So again, give us the date and the time.
Yep. It is Sunday, December the 12th at 3 p.m. at the Missouri Theater.
Okay. Anything? We've got about 30 seconds left. Anything else you want to add about what you have coming up for next year?
Sure. We will be back in the spring with a chamber music residency. The Giuliani Ensemble out of Chicago will be here in February, a partnership with the University Concert Series. Two of them play in our orchestra in the summer. It's a violin or viola, cello, and flute, and it's a mother and her children.
Oh, that sounds beautiful.
And they're going to do work with the students and also do a concert in the theater.
Okay. All right, that sounds great. Well, I wish you continued success. It was a pleasure having both of you here.
Thank you.
And I like that red bow tie and that red Santa.
Here for the season.
Got it. And Melissa, always a pleasure to see you.
Thank you.
All
You
right.
too.
Now, our next guest is not here in the studio with me, but she's somewhere out there in radio and television land. I'm talking about a very talented, sweet, special lady, and that is Sutu Forte. Good morning, Sutu.
Good morning, my friend, my very special friend, and all of you down there, friends, Paul Pepper's friends, including James and Travis.
Yeah. People are aware, I'm sure most people are aware, that you have been trying to fundraise for a piece of land that you're calling It's Our Wild Nature.
It's Our Wild Nature Sanctuary and Altus Natural School.
Right. And how many acres here, Sutu?
Well, we have 37 acres. Not as much now because of the construction of the bike road, but it's still a lot of land that we need to take care of, we adore, and we want to share it with people. It's wild nature right here on the east side of Columbia. So
right, and this is open to anybody that wants to come and explore what It's Our Wild Nature is all about.
Absolutely. We have a scheduled kind of work day on Saturdays called Back to the Wild. From 9 to 12, I ask people to come. We have coffee and for them to help us remove the invasive species in the undisturbed forest. That's a big job. But I want to introduce people on December 11th at our Winter Wild Fest to the entrance to the forest. It's not the same as the bike trail. It's a special entrance, and we're going to have guided tours.
When is it? This coming Saturday?
Saturday, yes. This Saturday, 11 to 4.
And it's called what?
Wild Winter Fest. F-E-S-T.
Okay, the Wild Winter Fest. And at this event, you will be introducing people to that land, showing them around, and asking actually for folks to make a donation to purchase this land to have it available to the entire public, to the public.
It's primarily for the wildlife, but we are learning how to share it respectfully. And it would be my dream come true to have children who are raised in the city of Columbia. All they know is concrete and to actually come over and be in wild nature. We have beautiful sculpted natural paths there, and it's a treasure. It's just a treasure.
Right. Now, if people want to make donations, they can do that at Clover's. Is that right?
Oh, I'm so glad you mentioned that. Okay, Clover's is our natural food store, which is right down here in the Eastgate Plaza. There's also another Clover's over on the south side of town, but I'm buds with the Clover's here. Pat and Scott Clover have invited us to put a donation box with information in the store.
Okay.
So you'll find that if you're shopping in Clover's, you can go to that area and make a donation. There'll be a table right there. And they told me that you get a free herbal tincture from Wish Garden.
All right. You know what, Suja, we're out of time, but you want to invite everybody once again, and there's your music playing in the background, to come December the 11th. What time?
Okay, anytime between 11 and 4, we're going to have hot beverages, we're going to have bonfires, and all kinds of storytellers and music. It's going to be an outdoor winter festival.
Here's a lady that you just bring up a subject, and she is so well versed on everything dealing with the state. I know I'm telling the truth now, Joan. You can just take off and talk without any assistance from me.
Well, I do like to talk, yes.
Well, what have you got today that we're promoting?
Well, I want to promote an event that is happening next Tuesday, December 14th, at the State Historical Society. We're doing a big celebration of the Missouri Bicentennial, especially the art and cultural aspects of the bicentennial. We will be having an open house where people will be invited into the gallery. I will be there to discuss the bicentennial exhibition, which I've talked about on your show before, which really focuses on the era of statehood, that early period. But we are also going to have another artwork on display, and it will be on display. We will open the exhibition of it on the 14th, but it will be on display through February, which is the Missouri Bicentennial Quilt.
Oh, and now we've got a picture of that bicentennial quilt here.
That's
make
right.
sure I got the right one.
Yeah.
Tell me about it, because it's really pretty special.
Yeah, so quilters from around the state of Missouri submitted a block to the quilt. So there are 144 blocks representing the 144 counties, plus there's a special block for the city of St. Louis, which is its own entity.
Yeah.
And so we have blocks from every county, and some aspect of that county's history is represented in the block. And the particular block from Boone County is by a Columbia artist, Willeen Morris.
Yeah.
And this is her image, and many will recognize the
It's
Burr
the Burr
Oak.
Oak.
Yes.
So if you're listening on the radio, this is the famous Burr Oak. And the way it's
very
done, the way
beautiful.
it's depicted
Yeah.
is beautiful.
Yeah, so what the artist has done is represent the bur oak during fall, and it's sort of abstract. So you see the fall colors of the leaves, and if you've ever been to the bur oak, there's often a little ditch with some water in it, and so the bur oak is reflected in that. And I think that may be what she's showing. It's either that or the leaves that are falling on the ground. But
And
you
the
see,
leaves look like they're quilt blocks.
yeah, they're little tiny pieces of fabric that she's cut out.
Yeah.
And so it's really quite a beautiful block, a little bit non-traditional in some ways. The wonderful thing about this quilt is it has a variety of types of quilt artists working together, and what it represents in a way is Missouri coming together.
Now, what's going to happen? What is going to happen to this quilt?
Oh, it will eventually, it's going to travel around the state. It's already traveled some around the state throughout 2022, and it will eventually end up in a quilting museum. Let me see. The name of that museum, the Missouri Quilt Museum in Hamilton, Missouri.
Okay, so it is not going to end up on somebody's bed at
No,
home.
no. It's
There's
going
no
to-
way anybody can own this quilt personally.
Yeah, so it will be in this in the Missouri Quilt Museum, and you can go and see it after it has kind of made its tour of Missouri.
Yeah.
And some people may have seen it. It was on display for just 2 days during our big celebration in August. But it's coming back. It's coming back to the State Historical Society of Missouri, and it will be on display. I think we're going to, during the event, it will be downstairs. But after that, we're going to bring it upstairs, a little bit more security up there.
Yeah. You ever wonder, when you think about that, it was just running through my mind, that quilt 200 or 300 years from now.
Oh, yes.
Where is that quilt going to be? Is somebody going to actually own that quilt, or will it still be on display somewhere in the state?
Well, I'm hoping it will be at this Missouri Quilt Museum. Technically, I think it belongs to the State Historical Society of Missouri, or at least we're the caretakers of it. But it seems like a very appropriate place for its permanent home to be in that Missouri Quilt Museum.
So if people want to see it, you can come down Tuesday, December the 14th.
That's right.
But it will be on display
Through February.
through February.
Yes.
Okay. So what's going to happen on December 14th?
Well, between 4 and 6, you can come and have a look at the quilt, and you can come into the gallery, and I will be there. I think in some places it's advertised as a tour, but from 4 to 6, I won't be giving a single tour. There will be, as people come in, I will show them around, and we'll discuss the exhibition, and you can talk personally to me about what you're seeing and ask
and you
questions.
can ask Joan any question. You can't stump her. I guarantee you can't stump her. Ask her any question, and she will give you detailed answers.
Well, I hope so. But I think there will be maybe some light refreshments as well. So it'll be a nice reception. The people from the Columbia Chamber Choir will be there, and they will actually do a performance at 6 o'clock. So from 4 to 6, we're having the reception. You have a look at the quilt, come and see the art gallery, and then at 6 o'clock, there'll be a performance. And the musical performance will focus on Missouri history in a number of different ways. I'm sure there will be some traditional tunes, but there will also be some world premieres of compositions by Missouri musicians.
All right, so if people want more information, where can they go?
Yes, you can come to our website. And we also do have our strategic communications specialist, Beth Pike, is coordinating this thing. So if you have any specific questions, you can call her number at 573-884-7904.
Okay. Otherwise, it's shsmo.org. If some folks are listening and are not familiar with what Job Point is about, give us an explanation.
Okay. Quick explanation would be we're that place where you can find change. If you're looking to improve your skill set and gain a new career path, we offer short-term training in a wide variety of areas, but we primarily focus on the skills. So,
Yeah. Now, you're dealing mainly with young people, or do you deal with people of all ages?
So in my division with the Youth Build program, we focus on 16 through 24-year-olds. But as an organization, there's no top. If you've gone through a particular career path and you're looking to spread your wings in a different direction, stop by. Come check us out and see what's available.
Or if you've gone through a particular career path and things didn't turn out the way you wanted it to.
Yes.
Or you lost your job and you're looking for and that happened to a lot of people. You can turn to JobPoint and get some assistance there.
Yes, and you can throw a couple of other scenarios in there if you're dealing with a difficult background. If something in your past has led to limited opportunities, whether it be criminal related or just a physical or mental barrier, we offer supports that would allow you to get back into the workforce.
Yeah. Now, you brought along a special guest today.
Oh, yeah.
Young man, Keyshawn Hicks. Welcome to Radio Friends, Keyshawn.
Thank you for having me.
I'm glad to meet you. We were talking before we went on. You know, you're not from Columbia. You're from where?
Texas.
From Texas.
Yes.
Now, what brought you to Columbia? Why did you decide, or how did you end up here?
My mom, she really just wanted something different, wanted me to see something different, experience something, because I've never been out of Texas. I've just moved around different places in Texas, but I never moved out, so just to experience something new.
How old are you?
17.
You're 17 years old.
Yes, sir.
What are your... Did you have any plans for the future, or were you not sure what you were going to do?
I had plans, but at the same time, I wasn't sure. I wanted to play sports at first, but then things started to change.
How did you end up becoming associated with JobPoint?
It was sometime like, I'll say last summer. I was looking for a job, scrolling through, like, applying for different applications through my phone. And JobPoint was like an ad, like, that was on my phone. I just clicked it because I'd never even seen.
So you had no idea what JobPoint was?
Nope.
Were you still in Texas at that time?
No, it was like when I just moved down here.
Okay. So you had no idea what JobPoint was. You clicked on it, and then what happened?
It was talking about furthering, like, education past school and, like, helping me, I'll say, get prepared for, like, a career.
To advance yourself.
Yeah.
And so when you saw that, you decided that perhaps this was something that you should look into.
Yes.
Something gave you a little nudge there. The self-conscious said, hey, come on, Keyshawn, maybe you need to do something a little bit different with your life. Are you glad that you are now hooked up with JobPoint?
JobPoint, I am. I'm really grateful and thankful because before I was kind of hesitant because I didn't, I'm new. I was kind of like, I want to say scared, but like.
Oh, it's okay to say you're scared.
Kind of like, I don't know, because unsure about it because I didn't know what it was. But my first week there, they were like welcoming. They let me know that they were here to help me.
That they cared.
Yeah, that they cared.
They cared, so now that you're associated with JobPoint, how has that changed your outlook on the rest of your life? Do you have a little more optimism there that things could work out in a good way for you?
Yes, it opened my eyes more. They helped me like set goals that I wasn't really even thinking about. Really.
You hadn't thought about setting any goals?
Yeah, not really, no.
Yeah, and you got to have goals. You have to have goals to work towards those goals. And then when you reach those goals, you try to step it up just a little bit more.
Just a little bit more, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I wish you success with whatever you decide that you're going to do. And I hope that you stay with JobPoint. And I hope that your message today to anybody listening to our program is that there is hope out there, there is assistance out there if you look for it and you take that step. But you have got to take that first step to make it work.
Oh, yeah. And we'll carry you the rest of the way. until you start to believe.
Okay. Jarrell, for somebody might be listening right now that just doesn't know where to turn next. What do you say to them? We're almost out of time, but
Okay. 400 Wilkes Boulevard. Come stop by, complete an application, ask to speak with our recruiter, Miss Felicia Qualls, and that's the initial steps. And from there, allow us to prove that we're more than just a program, and that we're willing to meet you where you're at and coach you to the next stage of your life.
how long, if somebody comes into Job Point, how long will they be associated with you before they actually go on out on their own?
Association is for life. We use the motto in the Youth Build program, once youth build, always youth build, and that extends out to our staff members too. We've had individuals, of course, move on beyond our program, but they still find ways to reach back out and continue to support our population.
And perhaps some of the people that you've helped come back and help you and others.
Yes.
Okay.
We have multiple students or alumni that come back and continue to serve.
You and Connor are all decked out for the holidays.
I know it. We're getting ready. I love the holidays, and Christmas is my most favorite of all. But I wanted to mention that some dogs, Connor not being one of them, he loves the holidays too, but some dogs and cats are a little hesitant about the holidays. They don't quite understand what it is.
And that's because people are coming into the house. You have different
Yes.
activities going on.
Exactly.
And our animal family kind of gets set in their ways.
Yeah, routine is very important to many, many animals, and therefore you can help them. And it's fantastic if you start now so that you're going to be a little more prepared when Christmas actually arrives.
Okay.
So that if you can figure out and kind of watch your animal and see what it is that is their happy place, their happy spot, their happy thing that they do in life, and you can give that to them because they want that routine. And so maybe if you walk your dog and they love that, or you have special petting time, which I do with Connor, and if you give them those things help to ground them a little bit and continue a routine. So even though you are making some changes, you're bringing out boxes of ornaments, you're maybe not spending as much time, but if you give the dog and cat, your pets, a little bit of special time, something that you know is special to them that they really, really love to have with you, and you take a few minutes out of the holiday, I think it helps you to calm down a little bit, and it helps your pet as well. And
Now, I've not seen a problem with the pets getting anxious about putting up the Christmas tree or decoration. What I see there is that they are very curious about it.
Yes, that's true.
But what I see anxiousness is if new people come into the house that they have not met
That's true.
before, they become a little bit leery about that.
Many pets do, and I think it's a wonderful thing to start now. There are going to be some pets, I have kitties like that would just as soon have their happy spot be away from the company, and so that you know, okay, we're going to make sure that they have access to their special spot and they do not have to be part of the crowd, so that takes that away. But some would like to be maybe attached on a leash to you, and I have a couple of those doggies at my house, that when they're attached to you because you are their happy place, and you can calm them down by you saying, oh, this is so fun, but we're not going to go too close, and we're not going to let anybody that has too much excitement for them greet them right away, so that they see that when they're with you, you can protect them and take care of them.
Okay, now, as far as the dog is concerned, socializing the dog
Yes.
is extremely important.
Extremely important. And you can't do it in a couple of weeks. I'm not even pretending that. But if you know your pet and you can do what is right for them. Again, maybe to separate them is the right thing, but the other thing you can do is maybe start some practice runs so that you have some really low-key company that comes to the house, knocks on the door. It could be your partner, so a child in the family, somebody that they already know, that you know they're happy to see,
Yeah.
but that you stick to some more rules where instead of the dog jumping up and down, it knows sit. But again, you have to have worked on those things in advance of
Right.
Christmas.
And it's different socializing the dog with people away from your house than it is at the house.
It
Now,
is.
Our dog, Sparny, we adopted Sparny right before the pandemic started. So he was going to Ann Gaffkey's teacher's pet classes, and then the pandemic hit, and everything stopped.
Yeah.
The socializing stopped. Well, we could tell that whenever he saw somebody, he became hysterical because he wasn't
Right.
used to people.
Right.
Now we're starting to take him out among people. He's getting more socialized with folks away from the house.
Right.
But still, when somebody comes that he hasn't met, he's not that happy to have them come into his house.
Well, sometimes it helps to actually work to greet the person outside of your house so that you go out and you maybe walk for a few seconds with the person so that he gets to see and smell and be with the person while he's attached to a leash to you, a little bit away from the person so that you're walking parallel to each other. He gets to know that that person is there and knows that's a good person and that you like that person, and then you can stop, have that person throw a little biscuit so that they start to have a relationship. But again, if you can practice those things using people that your pet already knows, and then somebody that's nice and calm, and then your pet might be able to do that for you and not be so worried about guarding their own territory.
Yeah, because this is their kingdom.
Right,
It's their
right,
kingdom.
right.
And when he goes outside on the deck, and if he sees a deer, and we have gates on all the decks, but boy, if a deer should dare walk up into the yard, that's entering his kingdom.
Yeah.
So they are very, very possessive of what they have and what they love.
It's true, but you want them to know you are the leader, you are the protector, and so look to you so that when you say, hey, nope, come on back, sit down next to me, oh, what a good baby that you did that you do that over and over, and you do it quick and you do it early, and you are the voice of reason and calm and confidence, and that brings the dog and cat, it works for them too, where they want to be with you. They want to hear what you have to say, but you've got to practice over and over and over to make it
Now,
work.
we're almost out of time here, Maura, but can you teach a cat to be obedient? Or
Oh
are they
my goodness, yes.
You can?
Yes. Oh my gosh, they are so smart. You can teach them to fetch. You can teach them.
Oh, I know they're
it's so
smart.
easy.
I
Yes.
know they're very smart, but do they want to please like a dog does?
Well, in some cases, I have 4 of them that, yes, they do. They think they're dogs. But I also know that if they like food rewards or play rewards, if you can find that thing that they love, always know your pet. If you give them what they love, they will want to, yes, maybe please you in order to get what they want, but it's still a happy place, and they're working with you, and they're losing weight, and they're having fun, and that's what it's all about.
All right. If you want more information, you can contact Maura at All Paws Medical and Behavioral Center
In Holt Summit, Missouri. We would love
And
to
your phone
have
number?
them. It is 573-896-4040.
Okay, Maura Doring and Connor, thank you so much for coming by. And Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to your whole clan.
Thank you so much, and happy holidays to all of you.
Thank you, Maura. Pleasure having you here. Pepper P, Missouri.edu if you'd like to hear or see something. Bye-bye. Thanks, Connor.